as the supporters welcome the teams and get ready to embrace the new manager here. Let's take a check on those two teams for you. Beginning with Wolverhampton Wanderers, Dean Saunders has made 3 changes to the Wolves side, knocked out of the FA Cup last week by non-league Luton Town. Ronald Zubar and David Davis are preferred to Anthony Ford and Jamie O'Hara, while Saunders has produced a real shock in attack, dropping top scorer Sylvan Ebanks-Blake for 19-year-old Jake Cassidy, who's making his league debut for the club. The back four is unchanged for the 9th game in a row, plenty of Premier League experience there. Davis will sit alongside Henry in the centre of midfield. We're told an unfamiliar role for Ronald Zubar. The left back, we're told, will play on the right-hand side of midfield. In from the cold, certainly. His last start was on September the 2nd. Well, in his last game in charge, Gary Bowyer makes 2 changes. One is enforced. Adam Henley ruled out with a hamstring strain. He's replaced by another teenager as Todd Kane makes his debut on loan from Chelsea. Montenegro international Simon Vukcevic makes only his 3rd start of the campaign. Diego Rosado is the one to make way. Paul Robinson still ruled out with a back injury. Jake Keane has kept clean sheets in his last 2 outings. Todd Kane slots in at right back. Veteran midfielder Danny Murphy will look to pull the strings. Ruben Rashina and Jordan Rhodes have each scored in Rovers' last 2 league wins. So there's the new man in the Wolves dugout. The owner, Steve Morgan, hopes that his infectious enthusiasm will help to turn things round here at Molineux. Certainly wearing a broad smile this evening, but if you can't smile before a ball has been kicked, when can you? And that is the message from the Wolves supporters. It's an appointment by the owner, the chairman there, Steve Morgan, that hasn't been universally welcomed by the Wolves fans, many of whom wanted somebody with a bit more experience of the Championship. Dean Saunders left Doncaster Rovers to come to Wolverhampton Wanderers, and last season, although he only had around about 8 months in charge at the South Yorkshire club, he couldn't prevent them sliding out of the Championship. Doing pretty well in League One, though, before he quit. Joint leaders alongside Tranmere Rovers. Can he get off to a winning start at Wolverhampton Wanderers? That is the question. Blackburn Rovers coming here in pretty good nick, despite their own behind-the-scenes problems. Blackburn Rovers get us underway then, attacking the goal away to our left-hand side. It's the 100th meeting between these sides down the years, the first ever game way back in 1888. It finished 2-2 on that occasion. And one expects a few thrills and spills today, with players on both sides hoping to impress new men at the top. And already Wolves have forced an early corner kick. Grant Hanley forced to turn that cross from Doyle behind. Johnson and Berra coming up from the back to attack this. Johnson being marked by his former Birmingham City defensive colleague Scott Down. Swung in by Sacco, good delivery too. Zubar unable to get a touch at the back post. It'll be interesting to see the crowd here when the figure is handed to us later. Been averaging around about 22,000 this season. The highest gate was for their last home game when the former boss Mick McCarthy was here with his Ipswich Town team and went home with all the points after a 2-0 success. 28,500 here for that one. Foul given against Carl Henry, the Wolves captain, Wolverhampton born. This is 7th season at the club. One of those involved in their last promotion campaign of 2009. Their leading scorer that season. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake, who's their leading scorer this season, but has been controversially left out by Dean Saunders for this game. Only touch or two for Todd Kane. Back to Jake Keane. Murphy tried to flick it on. And here's Jordan Rhodes, but unable to control that. Zubar away. Zubar, to me, looks as though he has started at right back, which would make more sense. And Foley, who has been playing at right back, is further forward in right midfield. Scampering back for this one, Martin Olsson, the Swedish international, not required. Jake Keane, the keeper, no relation to the former manager at Blackburn, Steve Keane. 21 years of age. It was Steve Keane who gave him his debut for Blackburn Rovers, their last game in the Premier League. 2-1 defeat at Chelsea. And Zubar caught in possession here, but fouled according to the referee by Rashina. He hasn't started since early September, Ronald Zubar. Got a bit fortunate there. It was almost a horror moment. Not sure he was in control of the ball and sort of stood in the way of Rashina and made a precious little attempt to play the ball himself. Lucky escape. Murphy for Kane. Very highly thought of at Chelsea, Todd Kane. He's their skipper of their under-19 team. Plays at that level for England as well. Big night for both right backs, you feel. Davis for Doyle, who hasn't been scoring goals of late, without one in his last 7 games for Wolves, but has impressed Dean Saunders big time on the training pitch since the Welshman took over. Saunders will certainly appreciate the work ethic of the Irishman. Just 5 goals for him so far this season, and those 5 goals in 3 games. So he's not scored in 22 of his 25 appearances. And there was a man who knew how to found the back of the net, Dean Saunders. Over 200 at 11 clubs during his playing days. Not to mention 20-odd for Wales. The international scene. Foley. Davis switching the play for Ward. Now Henry. Ward again, half a chance here to send one in. Foley got up well in the end. Olsson didn't jump. Long time since Kevin Foley scored a goal. You have to go back to November 2010. Since he last found the back of the net. Wolves as a team have found goals difficult to come by of late. Just one in their last 4 games, including that blank at Kenilworth Road against non-league Luton Town last Saturday. Wolves fans hope that is the nadir of this season. Can't really get any worse. There's Doyle, heavy touch, took him in towards Hanley, but Hanley commits the foul. Doyle getting a little bit fortunate. It appeared to me as though he'd lost control of this with that heavy touch there. But was cute enough to win the free kick. Left-footed Bakary Sakho to come across to take this free kick. Ideally, he'll look to ping this in with pace and look to put it in between the Blackburn back line and the goalkeeper. Not deep enough. Second bite, perhaps. Back for Ward. Long towards Johnson. Cassidy on the turn. Stopped by Dan, and it's the second corner to Wolves. Jake Cassidy, just 19 years of age, came on for the last 22 minutes of that cup tie at Luton. Played for Wales at the under-21 and under-19 level. Maybe that's where Dean Saunders had a view of him prior to training this week. Throwing him in at the deep end immediately. Johnson And Barrett in there again. Sacco's delivery is good. Headed away by Murphy. Vukcevic makes a mess of trying to get it away. And it was Johnson, of all people, trying to half-volley that one into the back of his. Murphy's clearance wasn't the best, but Vukcevic really should have done better with this. Dispossessed by Davis. Johnson trying to whip it in beyond Keane. An early goal for Saunders would just settle everybody's nerves. Right start from the home side. Well, the regulars haven't had much to shout about here in recent weeks. Just one win in their last 9 games. That a month ago against Birmingham. And the winning goal that day was an own goal by Marlon King. In fact, their only goal scorer in their last 7 games has been Sylvan Ebanks-Blake, who's on the bench tonight. Tonight's referee, Dean Whitestone, his 8th championship engagement of the campaign. First time he's ever refereed Wolves or Blackburn. That's a word with Kazim Richards, the Turkish international, and the yellow card. Not just for this, but for one earlier, I think. But this wasn't the best of challenges, and a bit of a follow-through too. On the halfway line. Now unnecessary. Kazim Richards, one of the Blackburn Rovers players that was on record this week as saying that he felt Gary Bowyer deserved a bit more time to carry on as caretaker manager. Johnson with a good leap. Murphy there to mop up for Blackburn. Foley's touch. Doyle unable to control. He was offside anyway. Barrett. Rovers caught offside. Stella Solbakken sacked on Monday after just 5 months in charge. He lost 15 of his 30 games in charge, including the last 4. Just 3 wins in the last 3 months. Ward's free kick. Upwards rather than away by Hanley. Murphy to clear. It's better by Dan. And as far as Ward. Sacco. Strong challenge by Kane. And Blackburn get the free kick. Sacco it was that scored the winning goal for Wolves at Ewood Park back in October. A victory that saw Wolves in 3rd spot. That was the high point of the campaign. They did make a terrific start. 6 wins out of their first 10 games. There's 12 points from the last 16 games, though. Sacco's cross. It's gone behind. Free header for Johnson. Hanley getting the better of Doyle. Murphy. Here's Olsen. Zubar cleared that off Rhodes. Christoph Berra. Ward. Free header for Dan this time. Sacco off the chest. Ward offers the overlap. Instead it's back here for David Davis. Getting it back from Henry. Sacco. Bright little interchange with Ward. Decent looking ball in as well. Across by Foley. Out by Olsen. Now Roshina. Blackburn as yet haven't got in the game. Nice turn of pace by the Spaniard. But a lazy pass. And a clumsy challenge. Ruben Roshina, one of the Steve Keane signings of the summer of 2011. Didn't really pull up any trees in the Premier League and just fits and starts in the Championship so far, but has been in good nick under Gary Bowyer. Berra with the free kick. Up goes Cassidy. In comes Henry. Now Foley. It's not a good headed clearance. Doyle forcing Sacco wide. Need support here, the Frenchman. He's done well to win the corner off Vukcevic. Again, dragging everybody back to defend this. Dean Saunders will be encouraged the way his team have started. Happy though if they can get the first goal. Johnson again being marked by his former Birmingham colleague Scott Dan. Disappointing delivery from Sacco. Ward, the last man for Wolves. Peach of the ball for Sacco. And he's won another corner. Vukcevic sticking to his task. Berra at the moment unmarked on the edge of that area. Olsen still not that tight. And again it's poor delivery. Will Sacco get the next? These two have been short in quality. And there's not a rush of players looking to relieve him of his corner-taking duties, but Ward offers a short one. Away by Roshina. Hanley at full stretch. Davis to collect for Wolves. Davis. Past Kazim Richards, and he's looking for Cassidy. It's a lovely ball. Cassidy across. Murphy has to get that first. Collected by Davis again. And the challenge of Kane just sufficient. And David Davis started that move with a lovely mazy dribble. Great reverse ball for Cassidy, who was certainly onside. Partially cleared by Kane. Likewise by Murphy. And Davis in the end well clear of the crossbar. And he's never scored for Wolves, David Davis. In tonight, again for the absent Doumbia, who was away on Africa Cup of Nations duty with Mali. Steve Bull, the legendary goal scorer of yesteryear, still passionate about this football club. Roshina. Free kick considered by Doyle. This is Todd Kane. We're running a foray into enemy territory here for Blackburn Rovers. Vukcevic. Well, he's got something on it, but not enough to trouble Kane. Rhodes, Blackburn's top scorer, with 13 to his name this season. A record signing, of course. £8 million to prize him away from Huddersfield on transfer deadline day back in August. Blackburn in pretty good nick of late. They've won their last 2 games. 3 if you include the FA Cup victory over Bristol City. Flag stays down. Rhodes away from Ikeme. And Berra on the cover. And that is the nightmare scenario for Dean Saunders and Wolves. They've had so much of the ball, and suddenly one defence splitting pass leaves them short of cover, and it might just happen again. This time the flag is raised. Rhodes certainly onside. There's not a lot of pace about the Wolves defence these days. Kane came out sufficiently to narrow the angle. Rhodes' confidence will be high. He scored in each of Blackburn's last 2 wins over Forest and Barnsley. By Sacco, collected by Cassidy. Sacco takes over. Better looking ball in, terrific save by Keane. Foley close to giving Wolves the lead. And it's a brilliant reflex stop by the Blackburn goalkeeper, Jake Keane. Really good work initially by Bakary Sacco. He's been struggling to provide quality from corners on that side, but that was a really good ball in. Foley so close. Fingertip reflexes from Jake Keane. Richards with the foot that was high. Zubar has gone down and stayed down. Wolves fans not happy about it. Referee unconcerned. Richards has of course already been booked, so he would have been concerned for a moment there. Let's have a look at this. Well, his foot was very high. An unnecessary, risky challenge there by Kazim Richards, having already been booked. Roger Johnson just letting him know what he thought of the challenge. Kazim Richards just needs to get his head sorted here, because he's getting embroiled in little discussions with various Wolves players who know that his temper might just boil over here. Against 10 will surely help their cause of getting off to a winning start under their new gaffer. Yoshida. There's some ill feeling in these parts to the man preparing to take this free kick now, Danny Murphy. It's a legacy of 1 or 2 comments he made when Wolves went down to his former club Fulham. You just hear there them booing him. He said that Wolves were little more than a kick and rush team. Surprisingly, the Wolves fans and their Wolves manager at the time, Mick McCarthy, were none too pleased with those comments. Supporters have very, very long memories, don't they? Kane. Johnson clattering into the back of Rhodes. Well, Wolves have had their bright start that Dean Saunders wanted. Played some decent stuff. Created opportunities, but they haven't taken them. And now, they might just have to soak up a bit of Blackburn pressure in return. Murphy over the free kick. Scott down well forward. Hanley in there too. Kane makes it his. Last time I saw Wolves was their last victory when they beat Blackpool just before Christmas, and goalkeeper Carla Kane really grabbed the 3 points for them with a string of fabulous saves. Wolves had 2 chances. Sylvain Ibeck's plate put them both away, and somehow they won the game. But it was only papering the cracks. Defeats eventually followed, and Salasol back and lost his job. Or the latest conceded free kick. Watch a little nudge here on Vukcevic. Montenegrin certainly made the most of it. Danny Murphy usually takes every set piece that Blackburn have. It's as though he's going to leave this one well alone. Dan, Hanley, Kazim Richards and Rhodes, the 4 looking to attack this for Blackburn. Murphy just on the edge. Lowe is in there too. Vukcevic for Roshina. That's on his left foot. Goes down in the box, look to make the most of it, I think. Now then, penalty given. Penalty given. The assistant referee far side, Jake Hillier, has given that. The referee looked happy enough to allow Wolves to play on, but Jake Hillier puts his flag across his chest to indicate the mistimed tackle by Sacco. Now, maybe Roshina made the meal of it, but he's definitely caught there. Clumsy from Sacco. Penalty for Blackburn Rovers, given by the assistant referee there. Top of your screen. So Jordan Rhodes for Blackburn Rovers. 2 in his last 2 games. 13 so far this season, with a chance to put Blackburn in front at Molineux. It's quite a delay. He looks calm enough. Will Jordan Rhodes hold his nerve? In off the post. Goalkeeper guessed the right way, but Jordan Rhodes, against the run of play, it has to be said, puts Blackburn Rovers in front. It's a delightful penalty. Just glances off the left-hand upright. 14 goals for him now this season. And the magic touch of the caretaker boss, Gary Bowyer. Looks like it's going to last a little bit longer. And despite their bright start, Wolves under new manager Dean Saunders find themselves a goal behind. What they need is a swift reply, but they won't get it here. Jinking dribble from Roshina. It looks as though he's looking for it, doesn't it? As he leaves his right leg for the challenge of Sacco, but Sacco was nowhere near the ball. He's running a huge risk in making that kind of challenge in his own box. Nice layoff by Cassidy. Here's Doyle. Goes down under the challenge of Hanley. Those fans wanted a penalty themselves there, but referee disinterested. Kane. Ward. Down for Davis. Doyle sets off in pursuit again. Down the defender. More buffeting. More appeals from the Wolves fans, but it's just a throw. And Doyle on his way down before Hanley really touched him. Ward. Sacco. Well, this is a test now for the Wolves' spirit, the Wolves' character. It was never going to be easy to come in here and turn things around swiftly. Even harder now, trailing 1-0. Will the fans stay with them? At the moment, dissatisfaction is towards the referee and his officials, but there's a problem here. Jake Keane seems to have found a missile from his goal mouth, suggesting that it's been tossed in from some of those Wolves fans behind that goal. And Whitestone across to have a word with the fourth official, David Coote. We'll look to get some kind of announcement made over the tunnel, I'm sure, on this, as well as keep guard of that object. Davis. Hanley there again for Blackburn, but used his arm in trying to clear that. Bakary Sacco over it. 7 forward here for Wolves. More than enough back for Blackburn. Sleepily claimed by Jake Keane. Murphy. Oh, beautiful by Vukcevic. As in Richards looking for Rhodes, who's offside. Not sure he needs to go quite so early, because neither Johnson nor Berra are the swiftest. 40 goals last season for Huddersfield Town, as he helped them win the playoff final to win promotion from League One. He was always going to be hot property, always in demand, but there were one or two that were surprised that he was the target of Steve Keane and Blackburn Rovers. Sacco. Ward. Henry unable to gather. Ward can try again. Three games for Gary Bowyer, and he's won them all. He's been at Blackburn since 2009, in charge of the youth team and more recently the reserve side. He was told that he will be in charge until the end of January, but such is the uncertainty behind the scenes at Blackburn Rovers that the goalposts move every day, it seems. There are different factions in the boardroom. That's part of the problem. That's a lovely back heel by Vukcevic. Kane has picked out Kazim Richards, who couldn't do anything with it. Murphy. Vukcevic. Low. Olsen. Mistakes beginning to creep into the Wolves' play. And the first few groans from the home support. Johnson has to play this under pressure from Rovers. Does seem to be a big split in the boardroom at Ewood Park. The global advisor Chevy Singh knew nothing of the approach for Michael Appleton. These, of course, are based in India. They backed Steve Keane in the Premier League. They allowed him to spend big in the summer. And when they were third in the table, they accepted his resignation at the end of September. Some argue that they forced him to resign. Some speculation, but facts are that when Steve Keane was at Blackburn this season, they were doing pretty well. Foul here by Cassidy on Martin Olsen. Lifted forward by Rashina. Johnson underneath it, on by Davis. Up goes Doyle. Cassidy. In steps Kane. Davis for Foley. So a couple of good chances. Kevin Foley. But for a terrific save by Jake Keane. His second opportunity would have given Wolves the lead. There's Vukcevic. Murphy, just enough pace to reach Rashina. Olsen gives the Wolves defence something to worry about on the overlap. Rashina with another mazy dribble. Headed away by Ward, partially cleared by Foley. Running as far as Vukcevic. Good block by Henry. Cassidy for Doyle. Hanley underneath it, only as far as Foley, given away cheaply. Listen to the noise of the fans. They're getting more and more agitated. Just what Dean Saunders feared. Blackburn do enjoy coming to Molineux. Won their last two games here. 2-0 back in March, where Junior Hoylett got both goals. Last day of the previous season, they won here 3-2 on Survival Sunday. Jason Roberts, Brett Emerson and Hoylett again put them 3 up in that one. At one stage, that defeat looked like it would be enough to send Wolves down. Their second goal that afternoon was enough to keep them up on goal difference. And certainly edged them towards safety before Birmingham were forced to attack at Tottenham and concede another goal and finish a point shy of Wolves. But it was that second goal on that day by Stephen Hunt that led them to safety. Sacco. Davis for Henry. Now Zubar. Davis nicely away from Murphy. Caught by Murphy, was he? Yes. And it looks as though the former Fulham man is to be booked. He feels he got a bit of the ball there. So Murphy joins Kazim Richards in the referee's book. The Blackburn lead 1-0. And the half-time whistle is in view. keen and happy with the lineup of his wall at the moment. He's got 3 in there. Henry and Davis over the ball. They are a long, long way out. 35 yards plus, I would fancy. Henry in by Sacco. Training ground routine that doesn't quite work out. Kane. Helped forward by Murphy. Good pass to Kazim Richards. Brings Roshina into the play. Roshina shots. Well, never slow to shoot, the young Spaniard. Easy enough for Ekeme to keep out. Davis. I was impressed with him when he came on as a late sub in that victory at Blackpool just before Christmas. Ball here for Cassidy. I wonder when he was told that he'd be starting tonight. Did Dean Saunders tell him last night? Or did he give him the chance of a good night's sleep and tell him about an hour or so prior to kick-off? Either way, what a huge occasion for the Welsh under-21 international. Had a loan spell at Tranmere earlier in the campaign. 11 goals for them in 27 appearances. So he does know how to find the back of the net. Henry losing out to Kazim Richards, who bustles and bundles his way forward. But then is hugely ambitious from that kind of angle and that distance. Bit of a swagger about Colin Kazim Richards, the Turkish international. He's on a season's loan from Galatasaray. He's fallen out with club officials there. Sheena's back heel doesn't work out. Henry for Ward. Cleared by Hanley. Zubar too strong for Roshina. Curled in by Davis. Good looking ball. And the throw in offers Zubar the chance to keep the pressure on. Davis. 5 minutes from half-time. That's the first poor pass we've seen from him. And Blackburn look to make the most of it with Murphy. It's a bit short. Strongly in was Henry. And it's Kevin Doyle now for Wolves. Cassidy makes his dart towards the left. Back here for Foley. Foley's picked out Sacco. Great overlap from Ward. They're queuing up in the middle. Palmed away by Keane. Davis miscues. The second bites. And over the bar. Just snatched at the chance, David Davis. Lovely movement by Ward. Good defending here by Blackburn, though. Lowe lost it for a moment. And David Davis just lost his composure. He snatched at the opportunity. Yet to score for Wolves. Player that came up through the youth ranks here. Actually made his Premier League debut against Blackburn last March. Remember, a win tonight for Blackburn Rovers will see them jump 5 places in the championship table, from 13th to 8th. Not a bad position for Michael Appleton to take over the reins from tomorrow onwards. Kazim Richards. Launched by Zubar. Foley against Olsen. Zubar. Henry. There's been some good link-up play by Sacco and Ward on that far side, and here they go again, but Ward's centre, simply dreadful. Was he pushed? Is that just an excuse? Zubar finding Foley. His touch letting him down. Low. Forward by Hanley. Jump by Johnson was mistimed. Rhodes against Berra. Good play by the Scottish international. His 150th appearance for Wolves today. Christophe Berra. Two additional minutes at the end of this first half. Durr's got something on that. Foley will keep it in under no great pressure at the moment. Sacco slipped just the wrong time, and Kane eager to bomb forward. Only Rhodes ahead of him at the moment in a Blackburn shirt. Fouled from behind by Cole Henry. That's been a feature of this first half, that referee Dean Whitestone is a little slow to blow the whistle and indicate whether he sees something as a free kick. Indeed, the penalty took his time, didn't he? Clumsy challenge from Henry. Given his experience, he should know better than that. So he's in the book as well. Would have been booked 5 times this season, and the red card as well at the game against Brighton here back in November. Cole Henry, no stranger to the cards of a referee, but an opportunity maybe for Blackburn to double their lead in added time here. Inviting position for Sheena, Murphy and Vukcevic. Quite a discussion going on between the Rovers trio. Referee Whitestone at the moment just making sure that the wall is back the requisite 10 yards. So who's your money on here for Blackburn? It's Rashina, and the wall stands firm. Dan takes his time. Kazim Richards, nicely done. Needs support here as we edge beyond the 2 minutes of added time. He's won the corner. And this is Blackburn's first of the first half. Wolves have had 5 Just enough time, it appears, for this corner to be taken. Vukcevic over it. Machina across to help him if they want to play it short. If they do that, the whistle will go, I'm sure of that. May as well just toss it into the box. Vukcevic does so. Away by Doyle. And there goes the half-time whistle blown by Dean Whitestone. Well, there's the man that gave the decision, Jake Hillier. Flag across the chest, indicating the foul by Sacco on Roshina in the Wolves penalty area on possibly the first attack that Blackburn had had. Jordan Rose put away the penalty quite beautifully. His 14th of the season. Wolves had started brightly. Johnson volleying wide, Foley producing a terrific save from Jake Keane. But there were one or two grumbles and groans from the Molineux faithful as that first half developed. And Wolves go in at the break trailing. Half-time here. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Blackburn Rovers 1.
Until now, the traditional Aussie barbecue has not been the natural domain of the Irish. Some say putting an Irishman in the sun is like putting a fork in a microwave. Mix 1 part Drombeg Premium Irish Spirit, 1 part ginger ale and a good squeeze of lime in a tall glass full of ice. There you have it, a little bit of Ireland in the Australian summer. Drombeg, Premium Irish Spirit.
The Empire Championship continues next weekend live on Setanta Sports with 3 games. Leicester versus Middlesbrough. Derby take on Nottingham Forest for the Brian Clough Trophy. And Blackpool versus Cardiff. An Empire triple next weekend on Setanta. Bundesliga returns next weekend on Setanta Sports.
So referee Dean Whitestone, not the most popular man at Molineux this evening, gets us back underway. Dean Saunders has just given his first half-time address in his capacity as Wolves boss. Let's see if he can work the magic. Jake Keane sees the funny side of that mishandling. He was in good form when he needed to be in the first half. That terrific save from Kevin Foley prior to Rhodes giving Blackburn the lead. Blackburn unbeaten in their last 5 visits to Molineux. In fact, Wolves have only won 1 of the last 10 meetings between the sides here. That's some 12 years ago. April 2000, 2-1 victory. Kevin Muscat and Alan Nielsen, the goal scorers for Wolves that day. Blackburn looking for their 3rd successive win at Molineux. Davis, who was one of the better players on view for Wolves in the first half. Here's Foley, who had the best chance. Cassidy, who found the going tough at times, the 19-year-old debutant for Wolves. Ward. Doyle's flick on. Cassidy can't get any change out of Hanley. Low. Sacco, who gave away the penalty. A controversial decision by referee Dean Whitestone, but heavily influenced by his assistant far side, Jake Hillier. Henry. Good challenge by Kane. Davis for Wolves. Far side is Zuba. Left back playing at right back tonight. His first start since early September. Johnson. Good headed clearance by Dan. Murphy. Just takes his time to pick the pass, and it's a good one too. And Roshina driving forward for Blackburn. Good strike, and it came in at full stretch. The Wolves can ill afford to go two behind. Henry for Sacco. Ward. Cleared by Hanley. Low. Kensing Richards. Vukcevic. Straight into the face of Carl Henry. Cannoned off the Wolves captain and behind for a Blackburn corner. Thought for a moment that Henry might have been in trouble here. Here's the earlier move. Murphy with a delicious pass, and Roshina, who's so dangerous when he runs at defenders. Good stop from Carly Kamek. Blackburn with their second corner of the game. Out by Johnson. Collected by Murphy. .35 years of age now, Danny Murphy. Signed on a 2-year deal in June. I don't think it'll be long before Sylvan Ebanks-Blake gets a run out tonight for Wolves. Blackburn looking to close out their 4th away win of the season. Previous 3 have come against teams in the bottom 4 of the table: Bristol City, Peterborough and Barnsley. Cassidy. Sacco. Partially stopped by Murphy. Helped out by Vukcevic. And he left Doncaster joint top of League One. 15 wins out of their 26 games this season. Relegated from the Championship last season. His prior managerial experience was with non-league Wrexham, who he took to the conference playoff semi-finals. Prior to that, he was assistant manager for the national team. Nothing stand out about his managerial CV so far, so there are 1 or 2 with raised eyebrows when he was the only candidate interviewed by Wolves following the sacking of Solbakken. Bacco in trouble, fouling Murphy, but the free kick has been given the other way. Well, I'm puzzled there because the flag was raised for the initial challenge there by Sacco, and the linesman pointed initially in favour of Blackburn, then changed his mind, and I think he's been overruled by the referee now. Bit of confusion for Ian Dudley. But an opportunity again for Blackburn Rovers. Murphy with it. Dan and Hanley are well forward. Flicked over the bar by Rhodes. by Ward. Davis. Down up twice well for Blackburn. Davis. Henry. Ignoring the option to switch it right initially. Foley. Cassidy. Super deflection on its way through. It's a Wolves corner. Again, it will be Bakary Sakho to take it. Some of his deliveries in the first half were very disappointing. Johnson wrestling with Dan. In it comes from Sakho. That's better! And off the line, Danny Murphy to the rescue for Blackburn Rovers. And just sparing the blushes of Jake Keane. Ward. Johnson's flicked it on. And nudges it on now to Zubar. Away by Dan. Murphy calmly for Rhodes. Kazim Richards back to Rhodes. Poor first touch. Kame to clear towards halfway. Given away by Lowe. Cheaply. Doyle. Strong challenge by Kane. Free kick given. Wolves with their tails up again here. Will feel hard done by again. Completely misjudged here by Jake Keane. It was going in, but for Danny Murphy, it would have been one apiece. Corner number 7 for Wolves. With the left foot of Sakho, this will be an outswinger. Davis to collect. Looking for Johnson. Doyle. Henry. Trying to shake Murphy off his scent. This is not really where they want Roger Johnson to be on the right wing. And he's lost it to Martin Olsen. Kazim Richards. Vukcevic for Kane. Morten Gams Pedersen has just started his warming-up exercises down beneath us. Won't be at all surprised to see Blackburn make a change on the hour mark. Vukcevic has picked out Kane. The less said about that, the better. Todd Kane actually played in the Youth Cup final for Chelsea against Blackburn at the back end of last season. I just wonder if he impressed Gary Bowyer so much in that game that that's what prompted him to sign Kane once Henry was ruled out with that hamstring strain. So an early change for Blackburn. It's Vukcevic who's come off. Rarely completes 90 minutes, Simon Vukcevic, and it's the experienced figure of Morten Gams Pedersen on for Blackburn Rovers. 9th season at the club. He was actually signed by Graham Souness back in the day. Good work by Doyle. Foley's crossed too early. Pedersen, like Vukcevic, is a left-footed player playing on the right-hand side. Slightly imbalanced. In sense, there is an opportunity for Ward, the Wolves left-back, to get in behind Blackburn down their right-hand side. Olsen for Blackburn. Rashina, who won the penalty kick. Kazim Richards trying to get Kane forward. Ward pressed into a defensive job here. And he's done well if Sakho can get that away from his marker, and he's away and moving freely. Ignoring Doyle, but skates away from Murphy. Now needs to pick the pass. Slightly behind Foley. The momentum of the move has just died somewhat. It's David Davis. Carl Henry, fouled by Kazim Richards. Another clumsy challenge. Remember, Kazim Richards has been booked already. He's been a bit of a liability at the minute, the Blackburn Rovers striker. Hasn't offered anything for Blackburn in the final third, but that's the fourth mistimed challenge he's put in. One or two more and he might see red. As it is, he's given Wolves a sight of goal here. Bakary Sakho over it. Usual suspects looking to get on the end of things with Johnson, Berra, Doyle, Cassidy, Zubar poised to make darts on the edge of that box. Sakho's ball looking for Johnson! Over the bar. Good enough ball in from Sakho. Johnson too strong for his marker Olsen, who never really got off the ground. It's a familiar expression that Dean Saunders has been wearing this evening. If only one or two of these chances had fallen to him in his pump, he would have hit the target. Similar patterns to the first half in many respects. Wolves had the better of the play, they had opportunities, didn't put them away. Blackburn hadn't threatened, and when they did, they scored. Kane couldn't keep it in. Down thought he played it off Cassidy there. Davis. Sakho. Cassidy. Blocked by Dan. Won by Rhodes. Foul by Henry. Blackburn Rovers only kept one clean sheet on their troubles this season. That was way back in October against Nottingham Forest, a 0-0 draw that day. Steve Morgan not enjoying what he's seeing. But there has been some improvement in Wolves' play. But an all too familiar shortcoming. A lack of penetration. One goal, remember, in their last 4 games. Olsen took 4 to stop him. Eventually it was Foley who did stop him. And Henry has picked out Sakho. Away from Murphy, then away from Pedersen. Sakho keeps going, now needs to release. It's Foley, it's Henry. Back to Foley, Cassidy waits in the middle. Cut out by Hanley. Blackburn continue to stand firm as Olsen is booked for dissent. He felt he was fouled at the other end and should have won a free kick. Corner number 8 for Wolves. Zubar attacking the near post. Wouldn't reach him. Henry. Foley. Plenty of space here for Sacco. He fancies chances against Murphy. Now it's Davis up against Kane. Decent looking ball in that. Attacking it was Zubar. Couldn't get over it. And what a return to first team action that would have been for Ronald Zubar. Was expected to leave Wolves during the January transfer window, and they've not had a look in for so long. In fact, his former manager Mick McCarthy, now at Ipswich, was rumoured to be interested in taking him down to Portman Road. Stuart Pearce, the England under-21 international, amongst those watching from up on high, but the new Blackburn Rovers manager, Michael Appleton, appointed late this afternoon, not watching this game from the stands. He might well be watching from home. Doyle dropping deep to collect. Henry. Just need a break. Cassidy's let it run. Collected by Sacco. Zubar in there again. And the clearance by Roshina. Dean Saunders in his press conference on his appointment in the week promised to bring back passion and energy and excitement. And Wolves in phases today have offered that, but they're not getting the breaks. As in Richards, quick to go to ground, but he's won the free kick, and a yellow card for David Davis. Well, that is a soft one. Doesn't appear to be much in this. That's the referee's view. And maybe it looks a little bit worse from where he was standing. So David Davis joins his captain, Carl Henry, amongst those from Wolves' book today. Kazim, Richards, Murphy and Olsen in the book for Blackburn. Scott down with the free kick. Out by Ward. Blackburn at the moment on course for their fourth successive win, their third in a row in the Championship. 3 points that will take them up to 8th position in the table. Dean Saunders preparing his first change. It's Slavomir Peszko, the Polish international, who's ready. Zubar would be the obvious player to make way, with Foley going back to right back. Having not played in the first team for some while, Zubar probably struggling to complete 90 minutes. Cassidy as well might well have to make way for Sylvain Ebanks-Blake in due course. Well, here's the first change, and it will be Zubar to make way. And on comes Slavomir Peszko on a season loan from Cologne. He's been out for the best part of 3 months with a torn medial ligament in his knee. So eager to make up for lost time this evening. And it's Peszko putting pressure on Olsen here. And Olsen breezes away from the pole. Foley back at right back. as Ebanks-Blake. Don't think it'll be long. Jamie O'Hara also limbering up for Wolves. Sheena has stayed down for any injury, just disappointment that the whistle didn't go. Into the last quarter of the game we go. Berra for Ward. Wolves still trailing to that first half penalty from Jordan Rhodes. Haven't tested Jake Keane enough in the Blackburn goal, if truth be told, despite having the upper hand in terms of possession. Visiting goalkeeper just forced into one save. Berra had to make that and didn't. Kane under pressure from Pedersen. Jake Keane has brought something on for Hanley. What that is, some kind of paracetamol maybe. All that heading he's had to put in today. Hanley is getting a bit of a headache. Murphy. Good challenge by Davis. Maybe just overrunning things. Both fouled by Rashida. Well, that could have gone either way. Ward for Wolves. Saka. Davis. Cassidy willing and eager, but unable to keep that in. "20 minutes to go. It's time when the supporters look to the manager and see what kind of activity is likely to occur on the dugout, what changes are going to be made, how will he shuffle his pack, what tactical adjustments will he make. Blackburn just dilly-dallying here, and the referee blowing the whistle to say, I know what you're up to. Better move on. Rashida. Olsen. Dan. Todd Kane. Driving towards that penalty area. It would have been quite a debut to score on it. Second change for Dean Saunders. It's Jamie O'Hara. Playmaking midfielder. Free header for Murphy. Berra climbing all over Kazim Richards. Pedersen can't get hold. Sacco for Wolves. Now Ward. Free waiting a decent ball in here. Arriving late was Henry. Deep towards Doyle. Couldn't get any power in the header. That's possibly his first opportunity of the game. O'Hara still waiting to come on. Henry. Foley. Ball forced backwards by Roshina. Now an opportunity for Wolves to make this change. It's 21-year-old David Davis to come off. Two workmanlike players in the centre of midfield from the off for Wolves tonight, but the introduction of Jamie O'Hara potentially offers a bit more poise, a bit more penetration, and immediately is involved on a bad ball. That a chance and a goal! What an introduction! It's Roger Johnson who scores at the back post. Oh, it's a dream substitution by Dean Saunders. Roger Johnson levels for Wolves, but there's the architect of the equaliser, Jamie O'Hara, on for what, 10 seconds? And his second touch delivers quality into the box. One to control it, two to deliver. Johnson arriving at pace, not picked up by Olsen, and calmly nods it beyond Jake Keane to level the score at one apiece. Blackburn just switching off for a second, and how Roger Johnson made them pay. And managerial masterstroke, well, that's what he will claim. And now we're set up for a grandstand finish. 1-1 with 16 minutes to go. Johnson's second goal of the season. Is it the platform for Wolves to return to winning ways? Well, nobody will get the ball off O'Hara here. O'Hara's walked away. Sacco senses Johnson up there again, can't get his head to that one. Johnson hasn't always been the most popular on the minute terraces, but it's his name that they're singing now. Kazim Richards, away from Sacco, away from O'Hara. Happy to go down for the free kick. And he looks to have got away from the Wolves sub. Dan and Hanley are forward. Blackburn looking to regain the advantage. Pedersen will take. Not sure what that was from Pedersen. Two clubs that finished bottom two of the Premier League last season. Wolves anchored at the foot, with just 5 wins to their name. Blackburn finished 6 points above Wolves, but still 6 points off safety. Flick in field, away by Hanley. It'll run for Kazim Richards. Never got out of second gear there, the Turkish international. Pedersen limbering up for a long one here. Two Wolves fans biting their fingernails over his shoulder. He got back into the game. Last thing Wolves can afford to do here is concede again. O'Hara nods away. Sacco almost good in possession. Ward thumps it downfield. Olsen the last man. Johnson for O'Hara. Forward by Berra. And by Sacco. Cassidy offside. Thought it wouldn't be long. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake to replace young Jake Cassidy. With just over 10 minutes to go. Cassidy has worked hard throughout. But now the goal threat of Sylvain Ebanks-Blake, top scorer with 10 goals to his name. Blackburn Rovers are making a change too. It's Sheena to be replaced, and it's Morris coming on. Another of the youngsters at Ewood Park that caretaker manager Gary Bowyer knows all about. I think Blackburn would have settled for a point prior to kick-off against a team who've got a new manager in the dugout. They'll be keen to impress him. Sacco. Wins the throw off Pedersen. Ward's throw, getting it back from O'Hara, and then running into Pedersen. Clearance by Kazim Richards is a good one. Into space. Jordan Rhodes now. Morris ahead of him. Square is low. Terrible return ball. And an opportunity for Wolves to break. Pesco eating up ground. Doyle tells him where he wants it. Doyle couldn't get to it. Grant Hanley making his way to the touchline, and then forced change. Remember, he had those tablets given to him during the second half, and I wonder if it's a problem that he can't shake off, and that's why Gaël Givet, the Frenchman, is being brought on to try and see Blackburn over the finishing line. I'm not sure what the problem is. We'll try and investigate that for you, but Hanley's straight up the tunnel. I don't know if he's had an aerial collision that's just caused him a bit of blurred vision or something. Gaël Givet on. Can play left back, can play centre half. Centre half today, Jamie O'Hara and Pedersen just squaring up to each other. That's a little bit unnecessary. And referee Whitestone wants a word with both players. Pesco foolishly decides to get involved as well. Well, it's going to be a card of some colour. How much of this did the referee see? Pedersen certainly arguing his corner. A yellow card for the Norwegian and a yellow card for O'Hara as well. That takes us to 7 yellows for the game. Still not sure what it was all about. Vikings overrun it. Wolves with the free kick. Doyle hooking it forward. Good first touch by Ebanks-Blake. Not quite run from there in the box. But it's been pretty much one-way traffic in this second half. Wolves more than worthy of a share of the spoils at least. 7 minutes or so to find a winner. Pesco. Now Sacco for Wolves. This is Henry. Now the goal scorer Johnson. Givet to clear. O'Hara. Ward. Oh, what a beautiful pass. Sacco in behind Kane. Oh, and it's a terrible touch by Doyle. And it looked when the cross whipped across the 6-yard box that the opportunity had gone, and then suddenly you saw Doyle arriving and you thought, hang on, there might be a chance yet. Not so. The word from downstairs is that Grant Hanley is suffering from the after effects of a bang on the head. Unable to continue. So Givet on for the last few moments here as Blackburn look to ensure they come away with something, but they've lost possession here. Ebanks-Blake. Supported by O'Hara. Henry. Ebanks-Blake trying to strain on it, trying not to strain into an offside position. Away by Lowe. Murphy. Pedersen just showed a bit too much of that to O'Hara, who loved the chance to dive in and dispossess the man who had tangled with a short while ago and got booked for. Lowe for Blackburn. Kazim Richards. It has been disappointing most of the night. Is there something spectacular from him now? Not so. Blocked by Ward. And clumsy from Ebanks-Blake. Well, eager to make an impression, you can understand that, but just ran all over Lowe there. High line from Wolves as Pedersen floats one in, cleared by Henry. It'll fall for O'Hara. Ebanks-Blake nudges it on to Sacco. O'Hara demanding the ball. Oh, that's a nasty follow through by Doyle. Jake Keane unhappy with that. And it's a yellow card for Doyle. Well, he will claim that it was an honest attempt to get a loose ball here. But the ball's gone by the time he arrives and lifts his leg. Four bookings apiece now. Olsen. Morris. Henry closing him down. Pesco. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Sliding tackle by Olsen to concede the free kick. He has been booked, remember. Off is the chant from the Wolves fans. Don't worry about it, says the ref. Tesco got the better of him. And Olsen quickly back at him. Got plenty of the ball, but brought down the man in doing so. Actually, looking at that, he didn't get any of the ball, did he? Did now. Not long to go. Real opportunity here for Wolves. It's Bakary Sakho to take. Johnson in there again. Evans, Blake, Doyle, Berra. O'Hara arriving back post too. Nice attendance, by the way, just over 20,000, 20,264, which is slightly below Wolves' average for this season. But it was a bitterly cold Friday night. And there aren't that many travelling Blackburn fans here this evening. All eyes now on fourth official David Coote to see how many additional minutes referee Dean Whitestone will allow. I would hazard a guess that around about 3, possibly 4. Danny Murphy for Blackburn. Morris. Can Blackburn snatch it? Out by Johnson. Horrible miscue by Lowe. 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes left for Gary Bowyer as caretaker manager of Blackburn. Still unbeaten as things stand, but Wolves will press hard in these closing stages. Not now though, Evans Blake offside. By Johnson, only as far as Murphy. Pedersen getting the better of O'Hara. Rhodes takes over. Low for Olsen. Morris. Low. Morris again. Thumped away by Wolves towards Doyle. Now Sakho. The game's suddenly very stretched. Sakho away from Murphy. Throws Pedersen off his scent. Still going here, Sakho. Running out of ideas for a moment. Faced now by Dan. An effort by Morris. Shouts by him, and it caught the arm of Kevin Foley. Pedersen. Blackburn haven't given this up themselves. They still want a winner, but Pedersen's given it away cheaply. Sakho. Carefully moves it on to Doyle. In turn on for Evans Blake, who's offside again. maybe enough time for one more chance at either end. Free kick conceded by Morris. Henry back for Akeme. Straight down the middle, and easy for Givet to defend. Ward. A tired pass from the Irishman. Well, Wolves have huffed and puffed, but they haven't blown down Blackburn's door. Blackburn, without playing particularly well, have defended adequately. And Gary Bowyer will end his days as caretaker manager at Ewood Park with an unbeaten record. 7 points out of 9 in the league and progress in the FA Cup. Before handing over the managerial reins to Michael Appleton on Monday morning. Dean Saunders will have to settle for a point on his debut in the Wolves dugout, but still take heart from the energy of this performance, if not some of the quality on view. And certainly if he can have a kind of managerial masterstroke, as suggested by the introduction of Jamie O'Hara, who set up the equaliser with his second touch, then his reign here at Molineux might well be a successful one. Handshake between the two managers, a point apiece. Rhodes from the penalty spot for Blackburn Rovers in the first half. Roger Johnson equalising 16 minutes from time after Jamie O'Hara's delicious cross found him in the box. It finishes at Molineux. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Blackburn Rovers 1.
2013 is a very special year. It is the year of the gathering, when Ireland invites the world to celebrate our music, food, culture, fun, sport and lots more. To find out about the gathering and how to be part of it, visit thegatheringireland.com.
The Empire Championship continues next weekend live on Setanta Sports with 3 games. Leicester versus Middlesbrough. Derby take on Nottingham Forest for the Brian Clough Trophy. And Blackpool versus Cardiff. An Empire triple next weekend on Setanta.
So, on paper, a total mismatch here between a Moldovan side that have won just 2 of their 38 previous World Cup qualifiers, and an England team unbeaten over 90 minutes under Roy Hodgson. Steven Gerrard with a good interception and a good burst forward as well. Milner's cross, cleverly. Now, did that strike an arm? Looks like a penalty inside 2.5 minutes. Here it is again. Well, the right arm was out and blocked that shot. He will say his arms were by his side, but it's Frank Lampard to take the penalty for England, and he buries it in the corner. The perfect start for the Three Lions. 3 rows in a row for England here, taken by Cleverly. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lampard, Gerrard, Johnson. Oh, Lampard's in here! He gets his second. England get their second. And the scoreline is a fair reflection